If you want to increase your chances to remove everything off your credit report, whether that is a collection, a charge-off, eviction, student loans with late payments, a repossession, a bankruptcy, or any other negative account that's holding your credit score back in the next 30 days, you have to do these three things. First things first, you have to get access to your secret credit report. Yes, you need to get access to your secret credit report. Once you get access to your secret credit report, the link is going to be in the description to get access to your secret credit report. Now, once you get access, what you're going to do is investigate the completeness and accuracy. All right. Now, the reason why we're investigating the completeness of accuracy, because we're not disputing based off of if it's yours or not. What you're disputing is based off of the inaccuracy. So according to this law right here, and remember, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just here to show you you're right. So according to 15 USC 1681 EB, right? Look, whenever a consumer reporting agency, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, and anybody else that reports information about you prepares a consumer report, which is your credit report, it shall have to follow reasonable procedures to assure maximum, not a minimum, possible accuracy of the information concerning the individual about whom the report relates. All right, that's the law, clear as day, right? You see it right there. So when Experian, TransUnion, Equifax does otherwise, that's a violation of the law. So now what you're going to do is be leveraging the law so it can increase your chances of getting these accounts removed off your credit report. Now, yes, all of them are not going to come off in the first 30 days, but you can increase your chances to get multiple accounts removed, and then the next month some more accounts removed, and then the next month some more. What happens most of the time is most people give up, or they say verified, or they say something else, and they just stop disputing. And you don't have to stop disputing. You have 7 years from the time, of course, it reports to, increase your chances without waiting the 7 years for it to fall off automatically. All right. So I'm just showing you the laws you can leverage. Right. There's other multiple laws you can leverage to get the account removed off of your report. All right. So when you look at your report, here's just an example, right? You're going to see when you get access to your secret credit report, right? You're going to see that, hey, sometimes the high balance is going to be off. Sometimes last verify is going to be off. Sometimes date of last activity is going to be off. Date reported and date open. Sometimes the balance is going to be off, right? And multiple other things is going to be off with the reporting of your account. And you can leverage that in your favor to get the account removed off of your report. Because when you dispute and it says verified, you're not verifying if the account belongs to you. We already know the account belongs to you. What we're verifying is based off of the other previous law, which is 15 USC 1681 EB. This account has to show maximum possible accuracy, right? So when you dispute based off of, I'm going to show you later on how to dispute, right? When you dispute based off of this law, what they're supposed to do is update these things. They have the right to update and fix these things. But what they usually don't do is update and fix and modify these things. And you can read the law yourself. If you go to 15 USC and then you go 1681 and you go to I and then you go 5 and you read down, you know what? Let me show you because I know there are some people new. So if you go to 15 USC 1681 I5, in case, and you scroll all the way down, let me show you. All right. So you go down to number 5 and just check it out. Treatment of inaccurate or unverifiable information. So here's what's supposed to happen. If after any reinvestigation under paragraph 1 of any information disputed by a consumer, an item of the information is found to be inaccurate or incomplete or cannot be cannot be verified, the consumer reported agency shall, here they're supposed to do, right? Promptly delete that item of information from the file of the consumer or modify that information or modify that item of information as appropriate based on the results of the reinvestigation. And what else they're supposed to do? Promptly notify the furnisher of that information that the information has been modified or deleted from the consumer, from the file of the consumer, right? So these are the things that they're supposed to do, right? They're either supposed to modify it or delete it. No in between, modify or delete it. So when you create your letter and you dispute and they don't modify or delete the item, guess what? That's a violation of the law. And if they don't fix it, that's a violation of the law. So I'm just showing you what's going on. So let me just give you another example so you can see what I'm talking about. So if you look at right here, here's another account, right? So here's another example of an account that's inaccurate. And as you can see, if you go line item by line item, you just look at the high balance, last verified, date last active, date reported, date open, balance owed, right? All these specific things, if it's inaccurate, right, and it's hurting your credit score, you want to dispute it, right? Because you're disputing the accuracy of the account. That gives you the right to dispute the accuracy. All right. Here's another example of what I'm talking about. As you can see, another account right here, you're disputing based off of the accuracy of this specific account. And it's hurting your credit score, so you want to dispute based off of the accuracy, right? Now, if you have student loans, put this right here. If you have student loans, the only time you want to dispute student loans is if the student loans, if you have multiple late payments with the student loans, right? Because if you dispute being open and it's actually helping your credit score, you don't want to mess with it, right? Because at the end of the day, you still have to pay it. All right. So don't dispute your student loans. Continue, if they're not hurting your credit score, keep it on your report, pay them off, and then it's going to look good. It's one of the oldest accounts on your credit report. All right. Now, if you have an open account, if the open account is hurting your credit score, let's just say you had a open, let's just say auto loan on your report and you have multiple late payments on that account, you want to dispute the account because late payments is 35% of your score. So if you have multiple late payments with this open account, you want to get it off your report because 35% of your credit score has to do with on time payments. So if you have multiple late payments, you want to go ahead and remove the account off your report. They're not going to come pick up the car if you're disputing, because what you're disputing, again, like I said before, is disputing accuracy. You're disputing accuracy, right? The account is not accurate, right? So you're disputing that, hey, this account is not accurate. Hey, remove this account for violation of this law. All right. So that's why you're disputing the open account. All right. And they do have the opportunity to fix it, but usually we already know they don't. All right. So late payments. If you have multiple late payments on the account, like I said earlier, you want to dispute it. You want to get it removed, because if you're trying to remove one late payment off of the account, even though you know you was late, it doesn't make sense to dispute late payments, right? Even though you was late. So you might as well, everybody's different, is how I feel. You know you was late, life happened, whatever the case may be, we all understand. So what you want to do is dispute the accuracy of the account, because that is inaccurate. You're not lying, you're telling the truth, and you know that, hey, this account is not accurate. So if the account is not accurate, it's not reporting maximum possible accuracy according to the law, go ahead and dispute it and possibly increase your chances to get it removed, showing the facts. All right. Now, here's make sure you get access to your credit report. Now, the next thing you want to do is right here. Let me make this a little bit bigger. You want to create a letter, go to freesecretletter.com and get access to your letter, right? Now, once you go to freesecretletter.com, you're going to be able to get access to a letter that looks similar to this. So you're going to have your first name, last name, right, today's date, who you're talking to, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. I was looking over my report and I noticed these accounts listed below are not assuring maximum possible accuracy according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Delete account listed below for violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, right? You can change this up a little bit, but at the end of the day, you can take a screenshot of the specific account that we're talking about, as you can see with the inaccuracies that we pinpointed, and then put the account name and account number right here. This account is not showing maximum possible accuracy. You just read the law according to 15 USC 1681 EB, right? You're doing everything according to the law. You're doing everything. So if you need to talk to a lawyer, if you need to, show that, hey, that I did this based off of this, that I'm not saying that I'm a victim of identity theft and things of like you're not supposed to be doing. Hey, you're doing everything according to the law. Now you have leverage, you have information, you have records, and you have a documentation. So you can put that, hey, the open date last active is not accurate. And whatever you else deem to be inaccurate with the balance or whatever the case may be, that, hey, it's not reporting correctly, put that here and say delete account immediately for violation of 15 USC 1681 EB. because you have the account, you're pinpointing the things you show, right? So you want to do that and then create another. So let's just say you have 5 accounts, 6, 7, 8 accounts. You want to do that all on this one letter, right? So you want to have a letter for Experian, you're going to have a letter for TransUnion, and of course you're going to have a letter for Equifax, right? 3 separate letters. Put all your accounts on one letter, right? Don't just, do 2 at a time or 3 at a time. you know, dispute all your dispute all the negative accounts, everything that's holding your credit score back, all at once, right? And then from there, then you want to add your 3 forms of identification, right? Driver's license, proof of residency, and a picture of your social security card, right? And then you want to send that certified to Experian, to TransUnion, to Equifax, right? Send that certified, all right? And then wait 35 days. They have 30 days to complete the investigation and then 5 days to mail that investigation back to you. All right. Very important. So just wait your 35 days. And what's going to happen next is they're going to ask for, no, they're going to ask, they're going to say some of your accounts came back verified. One of the things they're going to say is some of your accounts came back verified, and that's okay. Some of your accounts got removed. You knocked the credit bureaus out, right? Then another thing that's going to happen is they might say that, hey, your letter sounds like a credit repair company wrote this. We need more identification. We need to verify this is you. So give them a call. Let them know this is me that sent this letter to it. I have this certified tracking. I sent this letter. I created this letter. So just let them know. All right. Or another thing that might happen is if they don't respond to you at all, right? Another thing that might happen is they don't respond to you at all. And then now you have multiple leverage because you have the certified tracking number, and then you can file a complaint with the CFPB or whatever the case may be. All right. Now, I'm going to walk you through the process on how to file a complaint when Experian, TransUnion, Equifax violate your rights. So let me go ahead and get you through that process. So let me show you. So create your account with the CFPB. And then from there, just click on once you have an account with them, click on credit reporting, then click on credit reporting again. I got you. Walk you through this. Then click on next. All right. Now, there are multiple things you can dispute based off of when it comes to a complaint, right? Now, this complaint isn't 100% guaranteed as well. But like I said before, it's going to increase your chances of getting removal. So, inaccurate information, right? Problem with, so whatever the case may be, there are other things that you can dispute on or complain about if you have these other issues. So check it out, look over them. If you have incorrect information on your credit report with your personal information, fix that. All right. If you have a fraud alert or security freeze, improper use of your credit report, if they have, unauthorized consent and inquiries, whatever the case may be, look it up, right? If it's hurting your credit score and there are things that's not being reported correctly, you can leverage the CFPB, right? You can let them know. Unable to get your credit report or credit score, let them know, right? But for the problem that we're talking about is problem with companies' investigation to an existing problem. So if the investigation took more than 30 days. So for an example, they didn't notify you of the results. You can use that. If they didn't do this within a timely manner, right? So like I said, they have 30 days and 5 days to mail it back. If that didn't happen, right? So when you sent your letter in, by the time they receive it, that's when the tracking starts. If that 30 days, that's another violation. You can do that. The investigation did not fix the error on your report. That's the one we're going to be doing. Difficulty, submit a dispute or get information about a dispute over the phone. So if you're having a hard trouble with that, right? So if Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, just say you sent in a dispute to them, right? And they said that you sound like a credit repair company. You verified the dispute, you have everything, and they're still giving you a hard time. File a complaint, right? Then from there, that investigation did not fix the error. Have you tried to fix this problem? Yes. Did you request information from this company? Yes. What information did you request? You request for them to delete the account according to this specific law because the account is not showing maximum possible accuracy. Did they provide you with information? Probably not. And then from there, what you want to do is just click on next. Now, in your complaint, all you're doing is creating a complaint based off of who, what, when, how, everything that we learned back in the day when we was in school, and just tell them on this day I sent this letter. This happened, this happened, this happened. I got this. Just let them know everything that happened. All right. You can publish it. I want a fair resolution. You can just say, yo, I want these accounts removed from my credit report, right? delete account name, account number, delete this account name and account number. All right, then select the file. You can attach the letter that you sent in right here. Click on this, you got evidence. All right, key thing, you got evidence. And then from there, just click on next, okay? And once you click on next, what's gonna happen is who are you gonna be complaining to, right? So you can look up Experian, Information Solution, right? You can look up them. Then you can do Equifax, Information Solution, Services, I'm sorry. And then Social Security, name as it appears on the credit report, right? Date of birth, and fill all this information out. And then do you want to complain with another company? That's going to be no, because we want to create 3 separate complaints, one for Experian, one for TransUnion, one for Equifax, because you have accounts on your credit report that doesn't report to all 3. So you don't want to get this all mixed up. So just create 3 separate complaints, click on no, click on next, and review everything, and then click on submit. All right. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with you, right? When you submit your complaint to the CFPB, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax have 15 days to respond back to the CFPB. But guess what? They're going to ask for additional time. So don't panic. Don't be upset. They're going to ask for additional 60 days. That's just what usually happens. That's all part of the process. Now, it usually doesn't take them 60 days to respond back to you. So continue checking your portal, see if the things got removed off the report. But in the meantime, I want to show you how to get access to up to a $20,000 or more credit card, even if you have bad credit. So go watch this video right here. It's going to break it down step by step by step. So I'll see you in this video right here.